If you were desperately in need of some good news today, you are going to love this video. And I'm laughing because it's just so funny that everyone who has ever spent time around Donald Trump, no matter if they were friends, business associates, loosely related, they always get screwed over by him. But everyone in MAGA world can't learn that lesson through observation. They have to experience it. And that is what Pam Bondi is dealing with right now, as Donald Trump just essentially declared war on her in an insane post that is sparking a MAGA civil war. This meltdown is insane, it's ridiculous, and we are going to laugh at them both. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button because it goes a long way in supporting our work. Now, before we get into the Trump meltdown and why it might be the end for Pam Bondi, I want to start with what should be the end for Pam Bondi. That is her cover-up of the Epstein files and breaking news on that subject from Robert Garcia right here.
Is you have the FBI director right now doing everything he can to not release the files when he spent his career as a podcaster before that actually saying he wanted to release the files. You have the attorney general who said before she was the AG that there should be transparency. All of these folks involved right now, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, they have the full Epstein files. They know who these men are. They know how many times Trump's name is in the files. They know what Trump may or may not have done and what these powerful men have done and the harm they've caused to these women. But they refuse to tell the American public after Donald Trump campaigns on releasing the files. And so what I will say is this, is the American public should know that on the Oversight Committee, we are working every single day and we're gathering more and more information. And I want to encourage folks, there have been many folks out there who have sent us information, victims who have contacted our whistleblower outreach system that we have set up. FBI agents, others, continue to get us information because we are putting together this case. And Donald Trump should know that we will not rest till we get the whole truth about what's actually in the Epstein files.
You to that point.
The work that we've seen from the Oversight Committee, the way that Robert Garcia has been a leader and an example for all Democrats, showing not just what fighting looks like, but what communication looks like, this needs to be studied. This is an example of what happens when you put young, rising stars in the party in charge, when we don't let the gerontocracy run things, when the Democratic Party isn't built on, who's been around the longest and who's up next, but instead we let our stars shine because we got so many of them. And they're great at calling out this bullshit, which is exactly what Pam Bondi's cover-up of the Epstein files has been. And why is she doing that? Because, of course, she doesn't work for us, but she serves an audience of one. She always has to do what she thinks Donald Trump wants, but lately, she's overstepped a little bit. And MAGA is furious with her crackdown on what she perceives to be hate speech in the wake of the Charlie Kirk shooting. And it's part of the reason Donald Trump is now throwing her under the bus, among many others. But I think what Candace Owens, of all people, and I'm as shocked as you are, had to say about Bondi really kind of enlightens why Trump is so furious.
Pam Bondi, who is a complete loser and a tool, is trying to use the assassination of Charlie Kirk to lay the groundwork for hate speech laws in America. The very thing that Charlie was fighting against. They all just got right to work trying to pass laws. Well, Charlie Kirk is actually, now we got hate speech is something. Exactly what he's messaging me about that he doesn't want to happen. They're trying to use his death to justify. Listen to what Pam Bondi said to Katie Miller on her podcast. Take a listen.
We will absolutely target you, go after you, if you are targeting anyone with hate speech, anything. And that's across the aisle.
So to be clear, that's the feds telling you that they want to pass speech laws, which will basically just give them the full power to go after you for wrongthink.
The members of Donald Trump's cabinet are always playing to an audience of one. They just want to be, like essentially washing the balls of Trump. Like they're just groveling at his feet. Oh, dear leader, how can I make you happy? What can I say on Fox? But you also have to remember that Trump hears the hate. If you're Pam Bondi and you screw up and MAGA is furious, Donald Trump will see it. So I don't know if it's that he just saw what Candace Owens had to say or any of the other MAGA commentators, but it's clearly gotten under his skin that Pam Bondi is only appearing on Fox, doing podcasts, but not doing the one thing that he wants, which is going after his political opponents. And it's why Donald Trump made this blatantly unconstitutional, criminal, and criminally insane post that might spell the end for Pam Bondi. Trump wrote, Pam, addressing Bondi directly, I have reviewed over 30 statements and posts saying that essentially same old story as last time, all talk, no action, nothing is being done. What about Comey, Adam Schiff, Letitia? They're all guilty as hell, but nothing is going to be done. Then we almost put in a Democrat-supported U.S. attorney in Virginia with a really bad Republican past, a woke rhino who is never going to do this job. That's why two of the worst Dem senators pushed him so hard. He even lied to the media and said he quit and that we had no case. No, I fired him. And there's a great case. And many lawyers, our legal pundits, say so. Lindsay Halligan is a really good lawyer and likes you a lot. We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. They impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times over nothing. Justice must be served now. President DJT. Okay. Let's take a step back and just look at this from the bird's eye view. There is clearly ooze coming out of Donald Trump's ears. His brain is so broken. Did he mean to send this? I don't even want to say as like a text message or like a DM. It's very possible that Donald Trump thought that he was sending this directly to Pam Bondi. I don't even know. Maybe this was all stream of consciousness, but it is crazy that he posted this message directly asking Bondi to prosecute his political opponents. This is the DOJ. This is not another arm of Donald Trump. The man literally ran a campaign strictly. He was only talking about how he was being politically persecuted by Joe Biden and Merrick Garland. And Donald Trump is now doing exactly that. He is directing his DOJ to carry out investigations, to try to crack down on his political opponents. How is this not being talked about everywhere? And might I add, Merrick Garland might be the most weak-ass figure in American history. You had a ready-to-go case to prosecute Donald Trump for a whole host of things, not just January 6th, but the man stole fucking classified documents and you couldn't have locked him up? Are you serious? Because you are worried about being perceived as political. Oh, I have to make sure that everything's all right and up to snuff. I mean, it already was. How is Merrick Garland, the guy who got his Supreme Court nomination blocked by a game of petty politics, not able to engage in a little bit of not even petty politics, but the perception of it for the good of the country? Donald Trump doesn't care about perception. Donald Trump doesn't care about the law. He's directing Pam Bondi to go after his opponents or else. She might get shit canned if she doesn't lock up Adam Schiff for, I don't even know what. At this point, they say mortgage fraud, but it's not mortgage fraud, and the actual mortgage fraud is actually being committed by members of this administration. I feel like I'm on a crazy rant right now, but I think that crazy post, it deserves a crazy rant to follow it up. How is more not being done? How do people not understand the gravity of this moment? They are cracking down on everything. Donald Trump should be impeached for this post alone. And by the way, I'm going to make this pretty damn clear. Any Democrat, when we take the majority in the House, who doesn't want to move forward with impeaching Donald Trump because they think it's politically unpopular, give up your seat right now. We are going to prosecute the hell out of this man. Did you see Eric Swalwell just yesterday or 2 days ago say, hey, if you think you can kick Jimmy Kimmel off the air, if you can intimidate, you can run this mob boss administration, lawyer up, bucko. You better get those attorney's fees ready and you better set aside a chunk of change because we are going after you. I want Democrats with a vengeance. I want Gavin Newsom type vengeance. Do you know that photo of him with like the AR-15 when he's talking about like the Supreme Court making it more easy, like making it easier to access weapons in this country? And it's like the meme and it's Newsom and he's like to the members of the United States Supreme Court and he's just got a gun. It's like that is the vibe that I want us bringing. It's like gear up, fight, please, this is insane. I know I haven't maybe given like any real analysis of this situation, and this video is kind of me just freaking out, but I think this deserves a freak out. They're cracking down on our speech. They're going after anyone for anything. This is a mob boss government. And if you are not appeasing Donald Trump all the time, even if you are Pam Bondi, who is constantly licking the boot, she is Trump's bitch. That's not enough. That should scare the hell out of all of us, especially when she's saying stuff like this.
The overreach here becoming so obvious and absurd, even some far-right conservatives are uneasy with the implications. Right-wing personality Matt Walsh posting today, "Get rid of her." Today, "This is insane. Conservatives have fought for decades," he's right, "for the right to refuse service to anyone. We won that fight. Now Pam Bondi wants to roll it all back for no reason." Of course, Bondi still has her job, unlike a growing list of columnists and professors, teachers, medical professionals, even store clerks and football coaches who have been fired or bullied or threatened for their posts in the past week. Posts that sometimes are just quoting things that Charlie Kirk, a public figure, a very unabashed, a proud activist, said in his life in the course of his work. Keep in mind, all this pressure to speak and act the right way comes from the same political movement that attempted a, violent insurrection at the Capitol on January 6th. An anti-democratic coup in which at least 174 law enforcement officials were assaulted. One ultimately died. And it's hard to recall now, but absolutely critical to remember that even the most loyal supporters of Donald Trump knew at the time what January 6th was, and they also took pains to distinguish between nonviolent protesters who showed up at the Capitol that day and the violent folks who actually assaulted cops.
Look, if you protested peacefully on January the 6th and you've had Merrick Garland's Department of Justice treat you like a gang member, you should be pardoned. If you committed violence on that day, obviously you shouldn't be pardoned.
That was J.D. Vance this year, this calendar year. Now, of course, he has changed his tune when Trump pardoned all the insurrectionists, even the violent ones, on his first day in office. The first signal he sent to the American people about his feelings about political violence was approval and encouragement. And now Trump and Vance and the rest of the administration sense this moment as an opportunity in which they can quash dissent and the freedoms that we cherish.
What are we even doing at this point? What are we even doing? This needs to be national news all the time. We need to be screaming, yelling, protesting. Democrats in Congress need to step up and make all of this a bigger issue. We are certainly going to be doing so on this show because I'm not going to have my speech quelled. And if you want to support our work in doing so, as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and if you stuck around to the end, drop a blue heart in the comments. You can also click the link to subscribe to my Substack. Becoming a paid or free subscriber is one of the best ways to support my work because we are going to keep getting it done. We are going to keep on fighting. You are as well. Do not stop fighting. Don't let them silence you. And until next time, I will see you soon.